Hello and welcome to Bendigo's Red Energy Arena as we see the Adelaide Thunderbirds take on the Sunshine Coast Lightning for the first match of Day 2 of Bound for Bendigo. As we start the broadcast, on behalf of Netball Victoria and the Melbourne Vixens, we would like to acknowledge the Dja Dja Wurrung and Toongaroong peoples as the traditional owners of the land we're on today, and pay our respects to elders past, present and future. My name is Georgia Rajic and today I'm joined by Chelsea Ryan. Chelsea, how excited are you for today?
Georgia, I'm super pumped. It is Sunday, our second day for Bound for Bendigo. We're here at Red Energy Arena and we had such an exciting day of netball yesterday. Can't wait for more today.
And of course, these matches and events taking place this weekend are made possible by the support of the Victorian Government, McCafe and the City of Greater Bendigo. We can see the players starting to make their way onto the court now. We'll quickly run through the lineups. Chelsea, who's starting for the Thunderbirds?
So for the Thunderbirds, in goal shooter we have Eleanor Cardwell. Goal attack, Georgie Horges. Wing attack, Maisie Nankerville. Centre, Taylor Williams. Wing defence, Hannah Petty, who is our captain. That's my little C on my note. Goal defence, Matilda Garrett. Goalkeeper, Shamira Sterling. And our subs, we have Lucy Austin, Latanya Williams, Tipper Dawn, Chelsea Blackman, and Sophie Casey.
Yeah. And for the Lightning, in goal shooter, we have Cara Conan. In goal attack, their captain, Steph Wood. Wing attack, Laura Sherian. Centre, Mahalia Cassidy. Wing defence, Tara Hinchliffe. Goal defence, Carla Pretorius. Goalkeeper, Ash Irvin. And on the bench, just two today, Charlie Bell and Katie Ann Dehaney. So both these teams won yesterday. The Thunderbirds had an absolute thriller down to the wire. They won with a final super shot as we see the umpires make their way onto the court. The umpires for today's game are Nicole Bullen and Tim Marshall, and the reserve is Justin Barnes.
And so yesterday with the Thunderbirds getting it done over the Giants, it was Tipper Dwayne who shot that shot, and the game is underway now. Lightning with the first centre. As they're looking for the option there, Cara Conan. She's out of the circle.
And yes, so the Thunderbirds and the Lightning both won their games today, so this should be a very exciting one. And an early turnover there for the Thunderbirds. Just a miscommunication as we see the ball just go over the head of Maisie Nankerville. Just a quick note for those following along in the broadcast at home. You will see Matilda Garrett wearing Hannah Petty's dress, and then Hannah Petty in wing defence wearing Taylor Williams' dress, and Taylor Williams not having a name on the back of her dress. We will make sure we keep you up to date with who the players are, but just a heads up if you are following along at home, just to give you some clarity. And that is the first goal of the game.
It was the Lightning centre. They've managed to finish it off after ping-ponging up and down the court. And the Lightning also had a fantastic win yesterday against the Vixens. Tell us about it, Georgia.
Yeah, they behind for most of the game, but an absolutely stunning fourth quarter performance by them. 24-10 against the Vixens, technically in their home tournament as well. So they came out the winners by 11 goals. But really interesting to see what their new coach, Belinda Reynolds, will be asking of her players today. She really wanted them to play a single goal ball game yesterday. Cara Conan doing her best to keep the ball on court, and quick 1-2 between Wood and Cassidy.
She steps back and gets the goal. Silky smooth, that one, swishing through the net.
But I am so excited today by the promise of this Georgie Horges in goal attack and Eleanor Cardwell in goal shooter. I think a lot of netball fans as well will be really excited to see what this combination will bring. Taylor Williams goes high, keeps it in court.
Didn't manage to keep the turnover, but awesome effort, and we love to see some aerial intercepts as well.
Sherian forced to go back to Hinchliffe and reset on the transverse line, and miscommunication. Taylor Williams was there. Nankerville looking for an option, finds Petty on the transverse line. Across to Williams again. Very fast ball play from the Thunderbirds. And Cardwell goes for the shot.
And gets it. Cassidy with that centre, looking for the option. Hinchliffe coming back off the ring. Steph Wood out of the circle, pushing out in front.
There's a real hunger in this Thunderbirds lineup. We saw Taylor Williams has already caused some disruption. She's also, you can see from Hannah Petty in wing defence as well, they're really fighting for every ball.
Yeah, there's a bit of feistiness in the midcourt, which we love to see. That's where a lot of turnovers can happen there. Conan with the goal. So that's our first few minutes, and Lightning are out in front by 1, 3-2.
Nankiville looking for options, goes long, finds Georgie Horges, the shortest in the ring, but great back hold from her.
Great space. And so Georgie Horges, local SA from Kangaroo Island.
Yes, and she's had a fantastic story, hasn't she? She moved up in year 11 to play a high-level netball, and now here she is playing for the Thunderbirds. We've seen her in wing attack yesterday. I'm so excited with what she brings in that goal attack role, and it's great to see players, you know, who aren't the tallest players on court still doing so well in those shooting positions.
Well, we were talking to Dan Cook yesterday when we had our men's exhibition match here, and I mean, he's represented Australia with men's netball as a shooter, and he's not the tallest of chaps. And he was talking about when you're a shorter goaler, you have to be able to read the play really well, and you have to play smart, and you have to practice those goals. It's about accuracy, and she sinks that one just then, nails it.
And, you know, that's exactly what the type of player Georgie Horges is. She is so intelligent with the netball. Her ability to read the game and to read the play around her really puts her in such good stead. And the goal's just ticking. We haven't had a break off the centre pass just yet either. Both teams just kind of doing what they need to keep the ball in play for their team. But this is a team that has, though both teams have really strong defences. So really excited to see what happens when the defenders have probably had a good look at the play and start reading and getting those intercepts. I know that Shamira Sterling, what an excitement machine she is. We saw a little bit of a tussle yesterday with Jamie Lee Price, and there she is going out trying to hunt the ball against Cara Conan. So lots and lots to come in this game.
Look, if that passion and determination and, you know, a little bit of spiciness can fuel you and you can control that and put it back into your netball, that's what we want to see.
Cardwell trying to find that Cardwell versus Pretorius, then that's going to be a very interesting battle in the game. You can see lots of body-on-body action early.
And two experienced players there.
And experienced international players as well. Definitely want to be putting their mark ahead of the Netball World Cup happening later this year.
And so leading out Conan out of the circle. Looking back in, she's out the back, but Sterling's hands too much to battle against. Stepping in, comes across the baseline, close to the net, shoots it through. Oh, what a runaround by Georgie, but it's not to be.
Horges out of the ring. Nankiville, Cardwell trying to lean back, trying to go for the backspace lead. And she does get the offensive contact called against her.
Back to Pretorius.
That battle, again, we talked about it yesterday between Williams and Jamie Lee Price. But I think, again, Williams and Mahalia Cassidy, it's really been interesting in modern netball, this rise of the defensive centre. We've seen a lot more centres, I think, in the Suncorp Super Netball who play wing defence centre rather than centre wing attack. And I really like that element of the game. And that is the first break the way of the Lightning as well. So they go out to a 2-goal buffer with their centre pass to come. So early break from them based off that offensive contact against Eleanor Cardwell. Deep drive in the pocket for Sherian, finds Conan. And as easy as you like it, really clean channel play from the Lightning.
And she really just stepped into that space to be able to make it her own to take that goal. And so a lot of work happening off the line here. Maisie, our wing attack for the Thunderbirds, and it was just a bit of an uncontrolled pass there that had that turnover. Bit of a bump and tussle. It is goal defence. That is Matilda Garrett out of play at the moment. Lightning will make the most of it. Look at the setup in the ring. Steph Wood out in front, coming out of the circle. Maybe a bit too far from her range. Pops it over. Conan gets the shot.
And an early timeout now to the Thunderbirds. the Lightning have gone up by 4 goals. They've just seemed a little bit more steady, but honestly, there's so much to come in this game. Thunderbirds have in such an attacking lineup, but of course they have the Suncorp Super Netball Goal Defence of the Year sitting on the bench. So we really saw what happened in that final quarter for the Thunderbirds yesterday when they had Latanya Wilson and Shamira Sterling on court. Matilda Garrett, a fantastic player, but these two players together, their ability to know each other's game inside out and the way that they set up defensively for each other, well, there's a reason that both of them were named in the Team of the Year last year. So this is a great weekend to see what we can expect in the Suncorp Super Netball coming up, but also it will be really interesting to see, these testing of combinations, as we spoke about quite heavily yesterday.
Absolutely, and they're the duo from Jamaica, their wingspan going for days and days when you connect both of them together. And just also in the back there of the Thunderbirds huddle is Lucy Austin doing a little bit of a jump up and down. She might be popping on at any stage, so get prepared for her in goal shooter. But at the moment, it is Tanya Aubust having a bit of a chat, pointing to our attackers. That's where she's looking that they want to come forward, be in front of their players, direct leads out in front to be able to gain that ball, get that possession. And then they've got their goalers, Georgie Horgis, doing a lot of work, and Eleanor Cardwell holding under that ring nice and strong. Once they've got it to her and she's within range, I'm going to say guaranteed goal.
I'm going to talk about, I think that is the thing that is affecting the Thunderbirds most at the moment as we come back from this timeout. Watching the way that they've been setting up in the mid-court, particularly the first and second phases after the centre pass. Two players down on the ground at the moment, Williams and Cassidy, but Williams just a bit ginger to come back up, but all seems fair, no time out required. But yeah, what we've seen so far in this game, and what's really obvious to me is Georgie Horgis has meant so much in this wing attacker role for the Thunderbirds, but she needs to play a goal attack role, and they're missing those connections in the middle of that goal third. So it'll be really interesting to see if the advice given by Tanya Obst in that timeout will come in now. Because you can see that Nankville really is leaning back and away. It would be great to see her do some strong drives to get that second phase receive after the centre pass. And Horgis doing her best to move through the strong defensive blocks that is the Lightning defence.
Sherian to Wood there, having to look at the option, going back to Pretorius to reset. Conan coming out on the far side, but going back in, and that's what it is. It's leading out and re-offering. Cassidy on the circle, but yeah, Shamira Sterling gets her arms around it. Squashing Conan in the middle there. The little bounce pass. Wood going for the shot. And it is in the hands of Lightning still. So that was Garrett was the last one to touch that. Just trying to push Conan out.
Cassidy, yeah, good setup there from the Lightning, really trying to just open the play with a bit of triangle play. So you can see what's happening here. They've got their clear systems, and again, we spoke about it quite heavily yesterday, and great ball in for Maisie Nankville to find Eleanor Cardwell right next to the post. She's very happy with that. You can see how she's clapping for her teammate. So that was a much stronger attacking play from the Thunderbirds.
And straight in just there. It was almost like we blinked and Lightning responds to the goal. At the moment, 5 minutes to go. Our super shot has been activated. It's 13-8. The Lightning out in front by 5 at the moment.
And Eleanor Cardwell, and she sinks the first super shot of the game. Saw her practicing them in the warm-up before we went live, and she is a fantastic player.
And that was a little close pass just then, but nothing called for.
Yeah, you can see the umpire, Nicole Bullen, just called advantage for a contact. So no short pass because there was a player in between the hands of the two passes. Taylor Williams forced to go out wide to Nankville. Petty on the transverse line. Horgis, she is so speedy on those drives. And Cardwell, it's wonderful to watch the way that she plays. She holds the space and the body of her opponent really well to the last second to give her the most ample amount of time to get close to the post when she does, fly through the air and land. Draws
that contact from Pretorius just there. And Wood going for the 1-point shot, passing it to Conan. Pops it in. Little by little they'll grow, but if Cardwell can just pop a couple more of those super shots in, getting the team pumped up. They're talking down that end. Let's go comes from Cardwell. And Maisie Nankerval with the ball here. The bulk. She's going to go for the long one. And flies a little bit over the top of the ring. Now, Thunderbirds really putting the pressure on here.
Yeah, it's really strong defensive play from the Thunderbirds coming out of their attack line. They're really working hard for each other, and I think it's really good to see. Look at that work there from Nankerville. That was a flying hand and deflection with a gain for her side. So just great work from this Thunderbird side. Full court pressure defense, and the shortest in the ring gets the rebound. Georgie Horges, what a player.
Love that from Horges. Conan coming out of the circle.
Hannah Petty makes her way into the stands more or less.
Forced there by Sherian. And the ball was too long. Goes over the top. And let's see the setup going across the circle to the other side of the court. Williams looking for the right player.
Oh, what vision there from Hannah Petty. Horges just inside the super shot zone. Will she go for it? Just loose. Lightning really were focusing yesterday. Belinda Reynolds had her finger up for a lot of their game, say for single point shots, and great work from Georgie Horges. But really interesting to see that Lightning really trying to favour those 1-point shots in these games. But Thunderbirds, I mean, if you have two long-distance shooters in the form of Eleanor Cardwell and Georgie Horges, they're really trying to go for it. But as long as they get those rebounds, you do have some really strong vision there to go straight in the ring. They want the path of least resistance. And what another super shot there for Eleanor Cardwell.
And also, why not risk it in the first quarter of the game, going for the long ball? They know they've got time to add consistency into their game later, the Thunderbirds, so go for the super shots. They've drawn up even now, 15 all, with just over a minute to go in our first quarter.
Shamira Sterling, she gets a hand to it, but it's exactly that consideration, Chelsea, the fact that they were down by 5 just not even a minute ago, and now they're even with the opportunity to lead for the first time in this game. Cardwell, again, uses her body so well to get the space that she wants. Quick release over the top from Horges. And they go for the one. They're back in this game. And they're sent a pass to follow as well.
Oh, Williams looking for the option, but Laura Sherian is covering Hannah Petty. And Hannah Petty has been instrumental as wing defence in this game, even when the attacking play is happening in their shooting third. She's the one calling it from the line.
Exactly what you should expect from your captain in this team as well. So she's been a captain for the past couple of years now. And Shamira Sterling. She is so exciting. I love watching her play.
And looking to reset just here. Conan's ball under the post. Was always going to be 16 all.
So that was the Thunderbirds' real opportunity to... Yeah, the Thunderbirds' real opportunity to kind of get in the lead and go strong. And yeah, umpire Nicole Bullen did hold time, but unfortunately not to go the way of the Lightning. And it is 16 apiece after the first quarter. Really strong performances by both teams. A little bit, they kept on song for the centre passes for the start, but then they worked their way into it. And I think we're going to have some really exciting play ahead of us, Chelsea. What do you make of it?
I think so as well. I think the Thunderbirds are just sorting out their game plan at the moment. Didn't get some of the super shots, but really impressed by their defensive mid-court pressure to bring back that turnover to put it back in their circle.
So that is the end of the first quarter for the Adelaide Thunderbirds and the Sunshine Coast Lightning. It is 16 apiece. We'll quick look at some of the replays and then we'll be back with you shortly after this break. Get really clean channel play from the Lightning.
And she really just stepped...
Second phases after the centre pass. Ooh, 2 players down on the ground at the moment. Williams and Cassidy roll for the Thunderbirds, but she needs to play a goal attack role, and they're missing those connections in the middle of that goal third. So it'll be really interesting to see if the advice to get that second phase receive after the centre pass. And Horges doing her best to move through the strong defensive blocks that are, and again, we spoke about it quite heavily yesterday, and great ball in for Maisie Nankville to find Eleanor Cardwell right next to the post. She's very happy with that. You can see how she's clapping. Stronger attacking play from the Thunderbirds.
And straight in just there. It was almost like we blinked and shot has been activated. It's 13-8. The Lightning out in front by 5 at the moment.
And Eleanor Cardwell, and she sinks the first super shot of the game.
Nothing called for.
Yeah, you can see the umpire, Nicole Bullen, just called advantage for a contact. So no short pass because there was a player hard for each other. And I think it's really good to see. Look at that work there from Nankiville. That was a flying gain for her side. So just great work from this Thunderbird side. Full court pressure defence. And the shortest in the ring gets the rebound. Georgie Horges shots in these games, but Thunderbirds, I mean, if you have two long-distance shooters in the form of Eleanor Cardwell, those rebounds, you do have some really strong vision there to go straight in the ring. They want the path of least resistance, and what another super shot there for Eleanor Cardwell. Cardwell, again, uses her body so well to get the space that she wants. Quick release over the top from Horges, and they go for the one. They're back.
Conan's ball under the post. Was always going to be 16 all.
So that was.
Are you ready for a career in sport? To make your mark on the industry? To study at the world's #1 school for sports science? Then what are you waiting for?
Meet Colin Jenkins, netball coach, orange cutter, artistic director, planner, chauffeur, Sherpa, and sideline hero.
Pass the ball over.
As proud partners of Netball Australia, we want to thank Colin for going above and beyond each week to support the netball community. HCF and Netball Australia, united by uncommon care.
When you're in a I deserve a little treat kind of mood, you need iced coffee, and you need it deluxe. Hazelnut, vanilla, or caramel. Make your day a cream on top kind of day with a McCafe Deluxe Iced Coffee.
Sixth car and truck rental is ready. Ready to go above and beyond. We call it Above and Beyonding. Means goodbye to the rocky roads of rentals, hello to an incredible fleet with incredible service. We rent small cars, big cars, electric cars, and cars as big as trucks. Because they are trucks! It's time to mispronounce our name and get out on the open road in style, in six.
Not too far from where you are, Victoria's wide open spaces are calling. You'll hear the call on forest trails and in sea breezes, at farm gates and in cellar doors, inviting you to hike that peak and chase that view, to drink from the maker and dine at the source. Victoria awaits. Are you ready? Stay close. Go further.
A game, we're here bound for Bendigo. This is quarter 2 of the Adelaide Thunderbirds versus the Sunshine Coast Lightning. It is 16 all apiece. We've got a few changes on the court at the moment. Georgia, take us through them.
Some very exciting changes on the court as well. So I'll run through from the Thunderbirds, who will start off, as we see, Hannah Petty with the centre pass. So in goal shooter, Lucy Austin has come on. Eleanor Cardwell has pushed out to goal attack. Georgie Horges moved out to wing attack as well. Hannah Petty to centre. In wing defence, we have Latanya Wilson. Goal defence, Matilda Garrett. And in goalkeeper, Shamira Sterling. So a whole swath of changes. And also the Lightning have had some as well. So we have in goal shooter, Steph Wood. Goal attack, Cara Conan. Wing attack remains Laura Sherian, as does Mahalia Cassidy in centre. She holds the ball for quite some time, and no options coming forward for her. In wing defence, Carla Pretorius. Goal defence, Tara Hinchliffe. And in goalkeeper, Katie Ann Dehaney. So both teams, both coaches really changing up the lineups here, and really exciting. I personally would love to see, if it's humanly possible, Georgie Horges in goal attack and wing attack, but Eleanor Cardwell in goal attack, Horges in wing attack, and Lucy Austin goal shooter is a lineup I'm very excited by.
Yeah, 2 strong shooters just there for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Very similar in body type and great at holding. So let's see what comes of it. Tips it over just there, Petty. And Petty was instrumental, I think, from that wing defence position in that first quarter. So I'm not surprised that they brought her into centre where she could control a little bit more of the play and be at the centre of communication for the team.
Yeah, and she's been really instrumental in her role as captain of this team the past couple of years. And, you know, Carla Pretorius, we did see her in goal defence in the last quarter, but you can see I'm not sure how evident it is, but watch Cardwell against literally anyone in that Lightning defence, whether it be Carla Pretorius in wing defence, if it's Tara Hinchliffe in goal defence. There is body-on-body contact, and I love to see this in netball. I love a little bit of argy-bargy.
And Conan stretching out, creating her own space. She pulled out Ash Irvine and brought it back in to make it her own. That is a goal. It's now 19-17. Thunderbirds out in front by 2.
Cardwell forced to go back to Horges. Horges resetting to Wilson on the transverse line. And Hinchcliffe, she read the play beautifully, a cross-court ball. And we started at 16 apiece after the break, and now it's 19-17 the way of the Thunderbirds. So Thunderbirds starting out that little bit stronger, but Steph Wood, she can shoot from anywhere. A real opportunity now for the Lightning to go even again. So they've had the Thunderbirds started off with a run of play. Now the Lightning have a run of play. It's going back and forth very early on in this quarter.
And 19 all. Back to even now. Adelaide Thunderbirds centre. A bit of congestion just there with our attackers. Looking for the option. Georgie Horges, top of the circle. Cardwell
from
Austin.
And that was a true goal shooter's 3 seconds if I've ever seen one.
And what difference do you think that Austin makes to the Thunderbirds team?
I think she's a great focal point, but I think also she's 190 centimetres tall, but she has great movement. Like we saw just then with that backward spin to try and lose her player, the role that she did really well. I think she's really, you can see that she has a basketball background as well, and she also has that great ability to just move and bring her other shooter in as well. So I think it's really exciting to see this lineup with Cardwell in goal attack and then Austin in goal shooter, and speaks really to the versatility that this Thunderbirds attack line will have this season. Hinchliffe doing really well to pull in that rebound.
A bit of a bouncy ball just there. Horges doing a lot of work to pop it down there in the beginning. Now coming across, Wilson hand to ball, but there's going to be a penalty by her. It's in the hands of Cassidy. Wood with the shot, stepping back. She's done it before. She does it again.
The Steph Wood trained attack line will have this season.
Makes it look easy.
Hinchliffe doing really well to pull in that.
Coming out. Bounce pass across the circle. Holding there, Cohen has her hand up. Gets the rebound though. Eyes were on the ball at all times. A little bit of a bouncy one, but it slots through. Lightning in front, 22-20 at the moment. This is a bit of a turn. Thunderbirds at the start of the quarter were leading.
And just a couple of misses for Austin as well. So, she did so well. She was part of the ANC side that won the Australian Netball Championships for the Southern Force last year. And she was also part of Australia's Fast Five netball team that claimed a gold medal. So she has really good shooting experience. So it would be great to see her just sink a couple more of these shots. She has usually really good accuracy as well.
So it's in the hands of Steph Wood down at Lightning's end. Garrett trying to defend with that one hand around Conan.
I love seeing Steph Wood in goal shooter. I love seeing a shorter goal shooter. I think it also just I think with the lineup that they currently have in defence for the Thunderbirds, it makes a lot more sense having Wood in goal shooter. I think it just messes up a little bit of the play they have defensively. So I think it's a really smart move. And I think it's also, I love seeing versatility in these elite players.
Absolutely. A great one off the line just there. Sherian gets the ball. Wood being pushed out by Sterling, keeping her outside the circle. Conan, though, leaps closer to the post.
That was a great goal attack drive from Cara Conan. So, you know, Thunderbirds started this quarter strong. We're up by 3. Now they're down by 2. But we still have quite a bit of time left in the quarter, but also quite a bit of time as Mahalia Cassidy makes her way through. Matilda Garrett ends up with the ball.
Wasn't meant to be. Garrett going straight down to Cardwell. It's in there with Austin now. Big hands by Hinchliffe. The pressure made an impact. Dehaney with the throw-in. And coming across the circle. Oh, bit of a twirl there. We love a bit of fanciness, don't we?
Bit of fancy footwork.
Pretorius with the ball. Little pass just there to Sherian. And looking into the pocket, Cassidy's there and going over, just a little bit overcooked with that pass for Conan. This needed to be half a second earlier. She was flying through the air as it went past. And so Wilson down the side channel into the middle. And the idea was there, but Dehaney just with pressure from behind had her body up against Austin. And into the circle. Defensive throw in. Pretorius down the side looking for the right option. And holding on the circle, the bounce pass. Wood is outside. In she goes. She wants to get a little bit closer with her range. Conan across the base. Got her hands in front of Sterling's, passes it back. Steph going for the shot. Big hands by Garrett. And the step back didn't work. It's in the hands of the Thunderbirds. What are you seeing here, Georgia?
Well, it's kind of interesting having a look at what's happening at the moment. I think that both teams are just missing that final connection, that final feed that goes with a goal attempt. And Thunderbirds really trying to go for those long-range shots now as well. So I think that looks like to be a very interesting tactic, and great work there from Georgie Horges with the intercept. So both teams are really looking to go long, whereas the Lightning seem to be looking to move the ball around. And Cara Conan playing a really good goal attack role in those drives through the centre of the goal circle.
And Lightning slowing it down in that mid-court as well. They're not just passing for the sake of it. Carla Pretorius was one that, took a pause just then. And it's Lightning that's called the timeout there. They're in front by 1, 24-23. 6 minutes to go still in this quarter, so the super shot range activated in just over a minute. What do you think their game plan's going to be?
Well, they've been very consistent in making sure that they're only going to go for the ones so far in this weekend. So I wouldn't be surprised if they keep it that way. But of course, Steph Wood will shoot from that range no matter what time period it is. As we have a quick look at some of the rebounds, and Tara Hinchliffe, I've been really impressed with what she's brought in this goal defence role and what she's done since she's moved to the Lightning from the Firebirds. I think also working alongside, Carla Pretorius will be really instrumental for her play. We did see her captain the Fast Five side that won the gold medal for the first time for Australia. So I think being in this environment with her was going to just elevate her game another level.
And Hinchliffe was a big standout yesterday in the goal defence and wing defence positions.
And goalkeeper. She played all three. What can't she do?
Versatility. That's what we want in our players, and that's especially what Belinda Reynolds would be valuing.
Yeah. But I think I love the defensive duo of Samira Sterling and Latanya Wilson together. So I don't think we're going to see it just yet, but hopefully like we did in that final quarter against the Giants yesterday, we see it again. No changes to either side after that timeout.
And Steph Wood comes out of the circle. The penalty is in Steph Wood's hands again. Goes for the shot. Oh, bit of a bouncy one. She's had a couple of shots pop out, and the rebounds have been taken by the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Sterling to Garrett. Petty to Wilson, flying through the midcourt. Looking for an option, Georgie Horges. Petty, Cardwell. Onto the circle, Horges looking for the option in the same space, but Cardwell still gets hands to it and produces the goal that they want.
I think putting Georgie Horges in wing attack, as much as I love seeing in goal attack, I think it's just opened up a little bit more space in that second phase receive, which I think they were struggling with in the first quarter. So having a player who's that good creatively to move the ball around and down, I think has been really good for the Thunderbirds this quarter.
She's been effective right from the start too. Her touches with the ball has gone up.
She's effective in any position, honestly. I can't sing her praises enough. Put her in goal defense. I want to see it.
Oh, and lucky Conant was on her game just there. She asked for the pass and then looked away and managed to get the take and gets the shot. We're in super shot range now. It's been activated. 5 minutes to go in our second quarter. A little bit of a bounce. A roly-poly ball, the step over. Conan with the end of the scramble. Calm, cool composure, pops the goal.
Steph Wood did good in the fight there to make sure she kept her hands on the ball, and Carla Pretorius, I think a little bit too fast for her own good there, just ran into to Hannah Petty, but
as long as you're going for the ball, not the body.
Only eyes for the ball at the moment. Cardwell just managing to stay on court.
Nice. And that was one slow, fluid motion there. Her receiving the ball, gaining composure, swinging back around, and then the shot smoothly going in.
Conan deep to the pocket to Cassidy.
That was a great grab by Cassidy, protecting the ball with her body. And it's Steph Wood's opportunity for goal. Just here, Sterling out of play. And she's back in. That's what she needs.
Yeah.
Couple on the board to get her confidence, and there's a bit of tussle before the the Lightning attackers come out onto the court. It is Lightning's ball.
I really feel like we haven't seen Shamira Sterling hit her final form in this game just yet. So I still feel like that's yet to come.
The big swing across. Cardwell again. Big arms by Hinchliffe. And our score lies at the moment. Lightning out in front, 27-26, just over 3 minutes to go.
I 100% feel this game's going to go down to the wire and all come down to this final quarter, and also what the coaches decide to put on the court, because we're having some good opportunities to test combinations, but it will be also really interesting to see if they decide they really want to go for the win in this final quarter. And, well, when we get to it in a couple of quarters' time. So
it's a journey, hey, and that was a little bit of an overshot there with that pass. Couldn't pull it in, Austin. Big throw into the shooting third already. Conan, she's been great with her reach.
She's been great with her reach, and her drives into the circle have been really clear. She's doing a really good job to effectively lose Tilly Garrett. And she has all the time and space when she is moving into the circle. And Steph Wood does a really good role in allowing her, in moving out of the way, so she does have the space. Look at the work she's been doing at the top of the circle.
And Petty's gone down for the second time in this game. Centre for the Adelaide Thunderbirds, limping off this time. Williams is going to come on. Not looking good.
She, as you mentioned, she's been really instrumental in both wing defence and centre. She's been calling a lot, so that second one just not coming up too easily. So hopefully it's just a bad cork or something, and we'll see her again in this game.
Yeah, it was a bit of a delayed tumble to the ground as well. She wasn't caught up. It was post the bump. And so Williams on, and that's why you got to be ready on the bench. It's in the hands of Wood. Goes back to Sherian. Oh, Paturis. Cassidy trying to look for an option. Sherian, little underhand pass to Wood. Wants to get a little bit closer, still in that super range. And Conan, clever, over the top. Conan, super impressed with her read of play in this first half of the game.
And she's been doing really well as well, like we've spoken about, losing her opponent in the ring. So she's been setting up so well to give herself time and space. I wonder if Garrett should be dropping on backwards onto her a little bit more.
And yeah, keeping a little bit of closer pressure on her, but she's been great standing and being in that sandwich of our Adelaide Thunderbirds defence and reaching up and pulling it in. She's got a strong pull in with the ball. And so it's Cardwell in the super shot range. Nails it.
And it's just a one-goal ball game. So Cardwell, she brings this X factor to this Thunderbirds team, but she's such a fantastic long-range shooter. So this is really something that we're going to be so excited about in the upcoming Super Netball season.
And she's been the one to watch. Everyone was really excited to see her come out and play here at Bound for Bendigo. And Conan again, beautiful positioning. Just leaving, Garrett behind her. Garrett's going to have to be able to squeeze herself out in front and time that play if she wants to be able to come up against her. And Cardwell doing the work to get it in. Grabbed by Austin. Pops it in. That's what we want. Williams dancing across the line. Keeping the defence pushed back. And Conan again driving as that goal attack into the circle. Leaving Garrett behind. Producing the goal.
And smart play by Taylor Williams to not let the centre pass be taken. So that is the end of the second quarter. We were all even at the end of the first, but now the Lightning are up by 2. It is 31, the Adelaide Thunderbirds, 33, the Sunshine Coast Lightning.
Super exciting. Bit of a halftime break. I'm sure they're going to check in with Petty. Williams, though, super impressive, came straight into that game and was switched on from the start in those final couple of minutes. It was really the Adelaide Thunderbirds that missed quite a few shots down their end that just allowed Sunshine Coast Lightning a couple of super shots from Steph Wood. Has played consistently over this first half of the game. Looking at some of the replays here, Eleanor Cardwell, though, key player.
Absolutely, and what a star she is. But I think as well what you just said about that Cara Conan has been very impressive in the goal attack role. Also Steph Wood to allow her that space. So they have a very fine-tuned attacking line, the Sunshine Coast Lightning. They know each other very, very well. But they're just making the most of it, chipping away at the scoreline, going for those one-goal opportunities and doing really well at it as well. So it's just a very well-oiled machine as we had a look at some of the replays here. And it also is a great day out. A lot of people going to get hot chips at halftime, I would assume, but it is a very packed stadium here in Bendigo.
Absolutely. We're going to have a short break. After a couple of minutes, we will be back, and then we'll be into our second half of our Adelaide Thunderbirds versus Sunshine Coast Lightning game.
Are you ready for a career in sport? To make your mark on the industry? To study at the world's #1 school for sports science? Then what are you waiting for?
Meet Colin Jenkins, netball coach, orange cutter, artistic director, planner, chauffeur, Sherpa, and sideline hero.
Pass the ball over.
As proud partners of Netball Australia, we want to thank Colin for going above and beyond each week to support the netball community. HCF and Netball Australia, united by uncommon care.
When you're in a I deserve a little treat kind of mood, you need iced coffee, and you need it deluxe. Hazelnut, vanilla, or caramel. Make your day a cream on top kind of day with the McCafe Deluxe Iced Coffee.
Sixth car and truck rental is ready. Ready to go above and beyond. We call it Above and Beyonding. Means goodbye to the rocky roads of rentals, hello to an incredible fleet with incredible service. We rent small cars, big cars, electric cars, and cars as big as trucks. Because they are trucks. It's time to mispronounce our name and get out on the open road in style, in 6.
Not too far from where you are, Victoria's wide open spaces are calling. You'll hear the call on forest trails and in sea breezes, at farm gates and in cellar doors, inviting you to hike that peak and chase that view, to drink from the maker and dine at the source. Victoria awaits. Are you ready? Stay close, go further.
Opportunity for goal just here. Sterling out of play. And she's back in.
Yet to come.
The big swing across. Cardwell again. Big arms by Hinchliffe. Pull it in. Austin. Big throw.
Space when she is moving into the circle, and Steph Wood does a really good role in allowing her, in moving out of the way, so she does have the space. Look at the work she's been doing at the top of the circle.
And
not coming up too easily, so hopefully it's just a bad cork or something, and we'll see her again in this game.
Yeah, it was a bit of a delayed tumble to the ground. Sherian, little underhand pass to Wood. Wants to get a little bit closer, still in that super range. And Conan, clever, over the top. Conan pulling it in. She's got a strong pull in with the ball. And so it's Cardwell in the super shot range. And Cardwell doing the work to get it in. Grabbed by Austin. Pops it in, that's what we want. Dancing across the line. Keeping the defense pushed back, and Conan again driving as that goal attack into the circle, leaving Garrett behind. And welcome back, everyone. Bound for Bendigo, we have the Adelaide Thunderbirds and the Sunshine Coast Lightning game on right now. We're about to go into our third quarter. The score sits 33-31. The Lightning out in front by 2. Georgia, they climbed back in that second quarter, didn't they?
Yeah, they really did. We did see the Adelaide Thunderbirds start really strongly and had a 3-goal lead after an even first quarter. But then the Sunshine Coast just, again, well-oiled machine. That's probably the best way I would describe them. The Thunderbirds did go for a bit more risk, especially in the terms of long-range shots in and out of the super shot period. So very interesting to see what the philosophies are happening on court in terms of coaching. But it looks like there will be a fair few changes for this Sunshine Coast Lightning side as well. I can see some big changes. I think Steph Wood is going back into that goal attack position, and Charlie Bell, who we saw feature quite heavily yesterday, is wearing goal shooter. I think that's going to send Cara Conan to the bench.
Absolutely, and you can see our crowd on our screen as well. We had a big day yesterday where we had over 3,000 people in attendance here at the Red Energy Arena Stadium, and more to come today. Everyone's off grabbing something to eat and then coming back here for the rest of our big game. It's been a really exciting weekend, hasn't it?
It's been a really great weekend, and also this is a beautiful stadium here in Bendigo. I hope it is coming across loud and clear on the broadcast, just what a nice stadium it is, and also fantastic aircon, if I do say so myself. Anyone who's played netball indoors in the summer knows it is a little bit warm, but I would say very nice temperatures. But if you are watching along on the broadcast, make sure you are using the hashtag Bound for Bendigo. I know yesterday we had quite a few international viewers from all over the world. So if you are watching from outside of Australia, please make sure you are commenting on the Facebook Live or YouTube broadcast and let us know where you are watching from.
We'll give you a shout out. We love connecting to everyone who is listening and watching in with us. Now we've got the Adelaide Thunderbirds on the screen, just warming up just here.
Yeah, Maisie Nankville went for a 3-pointer almost, if this was fast 5.
Well, we were asking some of the players yesterday, you know, if they could add an extra player of any position that could do anything, an 8th magical player in netball, what would it be? And yeah, we had a couple of people say, yep, a 3rd player that can shoot from outside the circle for more points.
Only, exclusively. I think maybe that's the next fast 5 iteration, to let the centre shoot, but I think that just ruins it, makes it basketball. Well, I'm a netball purist through and through, what can I say?
I mean, it makes it exciting that, you know, the super shot wasn't around, you know, a number of years ago, and now it's been implemented, and it's just created a lot more tactic that's been required from our teams, and also more entertainment and excitement for our crowd. Georgia's shaking her head. She's saying, nah, not a fan.
I'll keep my comments off the broadcast. But yes, it's definitely great to be here in Bendigo, and it's great to have netball back here as well. There was a pre-season tournament here in 2019. I saw a lot of these sides feature, but also it's just great to be back around. Suncorp Super Netball is coming back very, very shortly.
And we have our fan day coming up for our Melbourne Vixens Sunday, 5th of March in Fed Square, 11 till 2 p.m. And the best thing about it,
it's free. And so make sure you make your way down to Federation Square. And hey, if you are a massive Vixens fan, wouldn't it be just great to go visit all the players and see what's in store for you there?
I know we had some signings after the Vixens game yesterday where they took on the Sunshine Coast Lightning, and all the fans were so excited, and it's just got, such a good vibe, and they're so friendly and relatable. The girls are always up for a bit of a chat.
It was absolutely packed to the line for the meet and greet. So definitely don't miss out on your chance to meet the Vixens at the Fan Day on the 5th of March.
And now back to our game.
So just quickly having a look at the sides. A couple of changes as well for the Thunderbirds as Nicole Boleyn passes the ball to Taylor Williams for the first centre pass of the third quarter. So I'll quickly run through the changes that we can see on court. So Lucy Austin remains in goal shooter for the Thunderbirds. Tipper Dwan has come in to goal attack. Maisie Nankville is in wing attack. Taylor Williams remains in centre after Hannah Petty went down a little bit awkwardly afterwards. You can see her in the far back of your screen. She's just getting some treatment. In wing defence, we have Chelsea Blackman. In goal defence, Latanya Wilson. And in goalkeeper, Matilda Garrett. For the Lightning and goal shooter, Charlie Bell has come onto the court. Steph Wood in goal attack. Wing attack remains Laura Sherian, and Mahalia Cassidy remains in centre as well. Wing defence is Tara Hinchcliffe. In goal defence, Ash Irvin, and Katie Ann Dehaney in goalkeeper.
And so Williams with the ball, passing it off to Dewan. And she's a great circler and creating space around in that pocket there, pops it in.
This is
great goal.
The third goal attack change for the Thunderbirds in this game. Just umpire Tim Marshall just asking for just a mop on court. And this is the first appearance of the Sabco mop for the game, for the day. A massive fan of our ball and mop squad. Someone just yelled out in the stadium, and big fan of it.
Yeah, we've got a crew with our mops, and they're, picking up all the loose balls as well. It's a whole team effort here. Netball Victoria have put on a great event. Now into the pocket. Cassidy looking for an option, goes back to the line to Hinchcliffe. And it is back in the hands of Cassidy. Charlie Bell, her first goal of the game. She had a fantastic crack on the court yesterday. And that was a tight one to Wilson, straight into the circle. It wasn't meant to be, though. Irvin grabbing that ball. It comes back to her. Looking at the setup in the Lightning's shooting third here, and a bit congested there. Wilson wanted to put her name on that ball. She's not out of play, but it's Bell that gets the goal.
Yeah, really interesting to see the changes in the shooting circles for both teams. So, quite a few changes happening for the Thunderbirds. They have quite a few attacking players in their contracted 10. They've got Austin, Cardwell, Dwan, Horges. So 4 shooters across that team. But really interesting to see also what, Charlie Brower brings in this game. We saw her do quite a bit of shooting, but Latanya Wilson, she is such a good player and causing quite a bit of disruption already now that she's moved from wing defence to goal defence. Tipper Dwan, though, as we see the Thunderbirds take the centre pass, she definitely is more of your prototypical goal attack than what we've seen previously in this game. So it'll be really interesting to see those front drives, those really dynamic movements across the front space of the circle, which we have seen quite a bit from Steph Wood in the way that she plays as well.
And a very elegant shot just there by Dwan. And she's had a great start to her career. She was spotted by the Firebirds and was a training partner in 2017, only when she was just finishing year 12.
Yeah, it is always great seeing this the upcoming talent come through, and especially we've had things like the Australian Netball Championships last year, which will be happening again this year, to see all this upcoming talent. Of course, she was the replacement player for Gretel Bluetta and had an absolutely standout season before she moved to the Thunderbirds.
So Maisie Nankerville getting caught up in the midcourt just there, gets hands to ball, and it's Dawn within range. Big flying arms from Irvine, but follows through. It's now 38-35. The Thunderbirds wanting to climb up on the scoreboard. Struggling to find an option. Big hands in there by Bell. She's got some fantastic height behind her.
Yeah, and the Lightning just trying to go for the easiest route to goal now. And it's a great get-out-jail-free card, having a tall shooter in that aspect.
And they've gone behind first. Williams had her eyes on Chelsea Blackman. And Blackman also getting a run as wing defence yesterday. Up against the Giants, where they had their 1-goal win. And it was by the woman herself in goal attack, Tipper Dewan, just with another goal there. Against the Lightning, she's come rocking and rolling onto court. Bell responds though, pops another one in, and they've just been really consistent, haven't they, the Lightning?
Yes, a very, very consistent team. So I think this is what we'll expect from all 15 minutes, to see the same style of play. They're not going to change up too heavily. When we get to that super shot period, it will be a very consistent and cohesive philosophy. They, of course, only have the night. They brought their contract to 10 with them for this weekend, but unfortunately no Annie Miller for them today. So it'll be really interesting to see, now they have all 9 players on the court, how they're going to manage the game time as well. So Mahalia Cassidy and Laura Sherian are their only mid-court players. So what are they going to do here? So
Mahalia Cassidy, she's such a star. She is mighty fit, but can she be in centre the whole entire game, ripping it up? At 100%.
I think she can. Carla Torres has just made her way back on into that goal defence role. So really excited to see what she does in goal defence, with Katie Ann Dehaney behind her as well.
It's a Carla Torres returning. She had her bub, Cara, in 2020, and so she's coming back for the 2023 season with the Lightning. It's super exciting. We love our mums coming back to netball.
Yes, it's so good seeing, the fact that players can come back now. The maternity policies in place as well, so it's amazing to have our players play netball like you would in any other job. So we want to make sure that these opportunities do exist.
Yeah, we want to look after our players. They are assets to all of our Super Netball teams. And looking for the option, Williams bringing that to Nankerville.
Yeah, and just Williams offside there. Just getting caught up in the space at the moment. There's no Thunderbirds, just losing that little bit of spark and connection. A couple of misplaced balls. You saw that one from Austin just before, but just not, as I would say, having those final connection, those final feeds working as well as they would hope.
And that was a great tip there by Chelsea Blackman. But yeah, they're really missing, it's noticeable, isn't it? Hannah Petty, who's out just getting some treatment at the moment. She started off in wing defence, influencing a lot of the play and key communications before moving into centre, and I feel like they're missing her presence and influence at the moment.
I think it's a little bit further down the court than that. I think it's that this is the more inexperienced attacking line they have, in terms of, these are the younger players, and what a fantastic steal there from Hinchliffe. So, I know I've been talking about her so much, but I think, for me, this is the difference that Georgie Horges brings when she's in that wing attack or goal attack role.
And Steph Wood going for the shot. Bell ready for any rebound. She was prepped. Backs it up, pops the goal. Now, 43-37. There's a timeout now for the Thunderbirds, who are trailing. It's 44-37 with that update.
So, yeah, they were only down by 2 at halftime, but again, we've spoken about the well-oiled machine that is Lightning. They've done some minor changes to their squad, just tweaking it slightly, but they're very consistent. I think that the Belinda Reynolds coaching philosophy is evident on what she expects each player in each position to do, no matter what the changes we are seeing on court. As we have a quick look at some of the replays from so far in this quarter.
And look at that hold by Bell there. The ball already had a name on it before it came her way. And that's what they need. They need some commanding presence, some really good eye contact and communication and ownership on the possession of the ball. And
that movement there by Dwan, I really like what she brings in that goal attack role. Changes up a bit from what we've seen previously from the Thunderbirds in this game gives a different option, and I think that's what's exciting. We've spoken about how many shooters there are in this Thunderbirds lineup, but all of them bring something different, which I think is really crucial to the way that they can change a game and change what they want to get out of it.
And so Bell just with another there on our screen. She's got some fantastic height behind her, but you have to know how to use that height, and she does it really well. Positions herself in front of her player, commands that ball, and she's got the signature arm up in the air. But as we restart after our Thunderbirds timeout, it was a Lightning centre, and just being pulled a little bit closer in, Chelsea Blackman with the penalty there. That hand reaching up and over from Bell. Oh, and just being pushed back a little bit by Wilson's body and taking the tumble, the top of the body going down. The legs didn't follow. And just getting the mop. Our Sabco mop is back again.
Yeah, we've got 2 mops on the court now, so I don't think... I think they're just trying to make sure it's all ready to go, to make sure no players get injured in this weekend. This is a pre-season tournament. We want to make sure everyone is raring to go for round 1 of the Suncorp Super Netball when it comes up in March.
And the pre-work is done off the line. Nankerville grabs it. Beautiful flying catch by DeWarn. But Dehaney looking to block out. Got to be watching Austin at the back just there, and that was a nice tip by Patoris. Deflecting it down and over and pace through the midcourt just there. Coming back to Cassidy. Big flying ball. And well done to Garrett just there. Saw it coming and pipped it out in front. In the hands of Wilson. Stepping up. Penalty against Bell. Blackman looking for an option. Beautiful, strong pass to Williams. Nankerville taking time. And gorgeous shot by DeWarn.
That was the most clean and cohesive passage of play we've seen from the Thunderbirds for some time. I think they'll be really impressed with that kind of movement through down the court.
And a pull in by Bell again. Quick response. Lightning are quick to turn that around and back it up with another goal just there. Oh, Dehaney flying with the ball. Gets the intercept. Down the top of the court just there, returning to Nankerville. Sherian gets her hands on the ball. Just looking to reset. Sherian over the side of the cross. Wilson almost trying to read that play, coming out to grab it, but the idea was there, not the execution. It's another one to Lightning. 47-38. They're 9 out in front, the Lightning.
This has been really clean netball up until that point, but the systems are really working well in place. But I think now would be a great opportunity. We've seen some of the things happening earlier in terms of defence, and Latanya Wilson doing so well to keep her footwork right, and just Cara Conan has also made her way back on court into goal attack.
And Wilson just there getting a little frustrated. She's wanting an option. She had her hand up in the air in the ball previously. And it is now our super shot time. 5 minutes to go in our third quarter. Austin just going for the 1-pointer. They're going to want to move swiftly or use that super shot. And we know that DeWarn has that skill. We just need to get her in the right position as well. Austin holding the body. DeWarn rallying out in front and just couldn't see over the hands of Dehaney.
I think there was also miscommunication there. I think DeWarn wasn't sure if that ball was meant for her or for Austin. So, great tip there from Chelsea Blackman. But, again, it's those connections starting to work together. It is a new shooting lineup for the Thunderbirds. Of course, Austin did play as a training partner last season, but it's the consistent minutes across the court which they'll be trying to work into.
And it's going to be in the hands of Cassidy just here. Sherian on the side, an option if she needs. Bell with the twirl, pulls it in. And it's going to be a contact. Gets the shot. Consistent
Absolutely consistent, and I think that's, if you're a Lightning fan watching this, you'd be really excited, especially after last season where they finished on the bottom of the ladder. So this looks like a very well-oiled Lightning machine. This looks like a very calm team as well. We're not seeing anything too flash in terms of anything too flash in terms of emotions running high, but I think it's really good to watch, know that this is a standard and a brand of netball to be excited by in the upcoming season.
Absolutely, between Bell, Conan and Wood. Lots of exciting times to come in our circle for the Lightning in 2023. And Adelaide Thunderbirds pop one in. They're going to want to give it a little bit more in these final 3 minutes to be able to be on the chase.
Yeah, the score is 40-48. They're losing this quarter by 6. So we did, even first quarter, only went down by 2 in the second, but now they're just Lightning, again, just doing really well to keep things moving. And Dwan goes for the super shot, and she gets it.
A big high five with Austin there. Crowd's getting a little bit more pumped and behind them. Oh, big pass into Conan.
It was a great take by her. Garrett really just tried to read it, but, the way that Conan can go for these large, long jumps, I wonder if, how she would actually go in long jump.
I'd like to know her vertical leap.
Yeah.
All right, over to Nankerval. Big drive through by Dwan, but
hard landing by Pretorius just on top of the ring there. So Tim Marshall just holding time for a moment, bringing out the mop again. But, yeah, it just took a couple of seconds to get up there.
Just resettling herself, hopefully not too jilted from that. But Dwan has the composure, pops that super shot in.
And just like that, the deficit has gone from 8 to 5. So Thunderbirds choosing Garrett. She has been in the fight all day. She's really trying to get a hand to it. And Wilson I think it was the contact was the call in the end. A fantastic vertical leap and pressure over the shot from her.
And I feel like that's it. You can't give up. You've got to keep going. And that's what Tanya Ops, the Adelaide Thunderbirds coach, is going to be looking for as well. And Austin, excellent work. That's what they need. Lightning's ball. Sherian going with the little lollipop back to Hinchliffe. Bit of a miscommunication there. The bounce pass going awry. Chelsea Blackman on the line if needed. Austin reaching out with the ball a little bit too far from her. Dehaney sticking really close. Oh, the almost intercept from Nankerval. Effort not rewarded, but I'm sure it will another time. Keeping up that energy, flying. The drive from goal attack. Conan delivers that goal.
And what clean open netball that was from the Lightning. Ooh. Nankerville doing well to get back up, not committing an error with her footwork either.
Dwan time to respond. Bit of a bouncy ball. It's being brought back though. She gets a second chance.
She gets a third chance.
Third time lucky, here we go.
And she gets the super shot. So just 4 in it now. Opportunity for a last centre pass and goal for the Lightning.
Popping it over to Bell, but it wasn't meant to be. She had 2 defenders in front of her. Wilson with the tap. Dwan, they are wanting this goal. They are getting loud on the court here, but it's not going to happen. That is 3/4 time. So 51 to the Lightning, 47 to the Thunderbirds. Just trailing by 4 right now, so they're on the chase.
Yeah, and that was another 2-goal advantage to the Lightning in that quarter. So 16 goals for the Thunderbirds, 18 for the Lightning, just really steadily increasing their lead throughout the game. Thunderbirds, just key opportunities just being missed at that final opportunity. Just a couple of wayward balls, a couple of takes that probably should have been brought in, and some misses under the ring. But Lightning, clean, consistent, simple, effective netball. That's what we are seeing from them. And have a quick look at the replays on your screen right now to see what exactly happened in that third quarter.
And that's Austin with a goal there. Closer to ring, she's been consistent. And Dwan coming in with a few of those super shots towards the end of the quarter. But Charlie Bell, standout.
Yeah, definitely. She has been really good and making the most of every single opportunity she has to get on court. So it is 47 the way of the Adelaide Thunderbirds, 51 the way of the Sunshine Coast Lightning. We will be back for what should be a very electric final quarter.
First, and that was a tight one to Wilson, straight into the circle. It wasn't meant to be. Shooting third here, and a bit congested there. Wilson wanted to put her name on that ball. She's not out of play.
We saw her do quite a bit of shooting, but Latanya Wilson, she is such a good player and causing quite a bit of disruption already now that she's those really dynamic movements across the front space of the circle, which we have seen quite a bit from Steph Wood in the way that she plays as well.
And a very elegant shot just there by Dewan.
Great seeing the upcoming talent come through, and especially we've had things like the Australian Netball Championships last year, which will be happening again this year, to see all this upcoming talent.
Getting caught up in the midcourt just there, gets hands to ball. And it's Dawn within range. Big flying as yesterday.
Are you ready for a career in sport? To make your mark on the industry? To study at the world's #1 school for sports science? Then what are you waiting for?
Meet Colin Jenkins, netball coach, orange cutter, artistic director, planner, chauffeur, Sherpa, and sideline hero.
Pass the ball over.
As proud partners of Netball Australia, we want to thank Colin for going above and beyond each week to support the netball community. HCF and Netball Australia, united by uncommon care.
When you're in a I deserve a little treat kind of mood, you need iced coffee, and you need it deluxe. Hazelnut, vanilla, or caramel. Make your day a cream on top kind of day with the McCafe Deluxe Iced Coffee.
Sixth car and truck rental is ready. Ready to go above and beyond. We call it Above and Beyonding. Means goodbye to the rocky roads of rentals, hello to an incredible fleet with incredible service.
We rent small cars, big cars, electric cars, and cars as big as trucks.
Because they are trucks. It's time to mispronounce our name and get out on the open road in style, in six.
Not too far from where you are, Victoria's wide open spaces are calling. You'll hear the call on forest trails and in sea breezes, at farm gates and in cellar doors, inviting you to hike that peak and chase that view, to drink from the maker and dine at the source. Victoria awaits. Are you ready? Stay close. Go further.
Men looking for an option. Beautiful, strong pass to Williams. Nankerval taking time. And gorgeous shot by Dewan.
That was the most clean and cohesive passage of play we've seen from the Thunderbirds for some time. I think they'll be really impressed with that kind of movement through down the court.
And a pull in by Bell again. Quick response. Lightning are quick to turn that around and back it up with another goal just there. Oh, Dehaney flying with the ball. Gets the intercept. Down the top of the court just there. And it is our final quarter for our Bound for Bendigo Adelaide Thunderbirds versus Sunshine Coast Lightning, and a super exciting final one we have.
Yeah, definitely really excited. We saw both teams put it on in the final quarter in yesterday's games, so it'll be interesting to see what they do in this game. And we can see a couple of changes on court already, but we'll see Lucy Austin take the first goal. And a very exciting debut in wing defence for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Her first appearance in the pink. It's Sophie Casey making her mark for the Thunderbirds. Also can see Chelsea Blackman has moved to goal defence, and Matilda Garrett remains in goalkeeper. So those are the changes for the Thunderbirds.
So yeah, really exciting to see what Chelsea Blackman and Sophie Casey can do down that defence end.
Yeah,
and fantastic pressure already.
And also, there's a couple of changes in the as well for the Lightning. Steph Wood has made her return to the court in goal attack. Carla Pretorius has moved to wing defence. In goal defence, we have Ash Irvin, and in goalkeeper, Tara Hinchcliffe. So a couple of changes from both teams. Really interesting to see them testing out some new combinations, but also so great to see Sophie Casey. She played for the Southern Force that won the Australian Netball Championships, but she also played in the 19 under National Netball Championship side for South Australia that got the silver medal. So great to see up and coming players getting a run in this weekend.
Absolutely, good to see. And there is another one from Bell. She's just going to roll on from what she's done in the last quarter. Clapping a point just there, Pippa Dewan. Silky smooth with that one there. That is another goal on the board. In the hands of Wood.
Wood almost immediately looked into the ring to go for that pass. I think she was definitely a bit far out, but the vision's there. She wants to move the ball into the ring with speed and as quickly as possible.
Very ambitious.
I mean, she's a very, very smart player, so I would trust her opinion when it comes to doing a long bomb into the ring, but she is good at being able to work with these her mid-quarters as well to move the ball down the court.
Yep, the pass was made to Bell. Ends up with the goal, making it count on the board. In the hands of Williams to Austin, close to the ring, and no mistake there. Cassidy to Wood. And I really want to see, Laura Sherian get a little bit more of the ball just here. She's been covered by both the centre and the wing defence in the last quarter. And I really think she can be like a key contributor to the Lightning and just make more smooth, open, clear netball. Still gets the job done in the hands of Williams, and it was Petty who went down before, and her left ankle getting iced. She won't be returning for the day for this final quarter.
But did look like she was smiling on the bench, so fingers crossed it's just a little niggle that she will be fine to continue with. Team Girls Cup is coming up at the end of this month before the season starts properly next month. And great work there from Garrett to move around the body, try and use that outside arm. She does give quite a bit of height to Charlie Bell, but she's doing a really good job. And Chelsea Blackman really going in for the fight in that goal defence role. Great to see her also make that move into the circle defence.
Throwing her body at it, and she'd be really excited about the matchup against Steph Wood. A very experienced player, time to test out her skills. All right, Williams, the pre-work's done. Nankerville being covered, though, by Cassidy, who almost gets the intercept just there. To Dewan. Into Austin. The leap there by Irvin. Didn't get her hands on it first. It was all Austin's ball with that rebound. Produces the goods. 56-51. Lightning out in front by 5 with just over 10 minutes to go in our final quarter.
And just very clean netball again from the Lightning. Just opening up the space well, and then smart to draw the contact. Wood can offload to Bell right under the ring, and it's a goal as easy as you would like it.
All right, Adelaide Thunderbirds, time to shine, but Pretorius covers Dewan, but gets the ball second phase straight to Austin, and that's what they're after. They've got really smooth attacking plays just here. Looking for the option back. Irvin. Chasing it there, Garrett. Gets the tip. Throws it back to the line. Awesome work by Williams. Big, strong shoulder pass. Going down to the middle of the court here, using that centre channel. Off to the side, onto the circle. Nankerville. And Austin held her body really well.
Yeah, really good give and go there by Maisie Nankerville. Able to open up the space, bring her players in, cut open, and then a good goal there from the Thunderbirds.
And Nankerville pushed through there. Pretorius on the ground, though. There's going to be a timeout. She's not coming back up.
Yeah, a couple of times she's hit the deck today. I really hope that she's okay. She is such a fantastic player. And just really does seem like a tough day at the office this weekend for the Lightning so far.
And so her ankle's being looked at the moment.
And it's an injury time call out. So both teams taking opportunity to have a quick chat. It does look like there will be a change. Tara Hinchliffe will make her way back onto court in that wing defence role. And the crowd is clapping her off. So fingers crossed she is all fine. She's such a fantastic Carla Pretorius. We have a quick look at the replay. Oof, and it's, yeah.
It was changing direction just there after a bit of body contact.
Yeah, and she's really being helped off here as well. So thoughts are with her. Hopefully she is all okay.
And so Hinchliffe has come into wing defence for the Lightning now. And Dehaney is in goalkeeper. And so Blackman gets called for the contact. Goal scored by Lightning. Time for the Adelaide Thunderbirds.
At the moment, Cara Conan is the only player available on the bench for the Lightning. So Mahalia Cassidy and Laura Sherian will be having to play out a full game. So, you know, testament to their ability and their fitness. We spoke quite heavily about Cassidy's fitness and Laura Sherian's fitness. Like Laura Sherian, one of the fittest players in this league as well.
Yeah, such stars and really high work rates from both of them as well. They are always reoffering and always reading the play and picking their timings for their drives. Also really good by them. They're creators of space as well to assist their other players.
Yeah, and Lightning taking the opportunity for a timeout as well. So very smart, I would say, from them. Only, you know, not too long to left in that game, but, you know, might as well be taking the opportunity, not trying to push their players too hard, given this is still pre-season.
And so you can see Lightning, we're zooming in on them, and Belinda Reynolds really getting low and bringing in the focus from her girls on what they're needing to do.
Quick look at some replays from earlier in this quarter. Can see this great speed of ball movement for the Thunderbirds.
That's one of the great goals by Lucy Austin just there of the game. Just a bit further out with her range on that one. And the pass over Wood to Bell. Really great connection between those two goalers.
Yeah, and I think it's really good having this established connection of Cara Conan and Steph Wood, because you bring in players, especially Charlie Bell. She's still quite young. She's only 21 years old. So being in an environment like this with, you know, diamond shooters is a great opportunity for her to develop as a shooter in the game going forward.
Definitely, and Williams doing a lot of work here as well. And Austin with the ball, and Tipper Dawn does a lot of the setup for Austin. And there we go, that's unfortunately, that's Pretorius going down in that mid-court in that replay just before. Our thoughts are with her.
So opportunity now for the Thunderbirds. They are down by 2, but they really can come alive in this game. And smart play there from Austin. Dwan with a drive through the middle, through the front of the goal circle, but, you know, Austin was there and open a little bit closer to the ring.
Oh, and beautiful pressure there by the Thunderbirds as well. Garrett with her hands up. Dawn not letting it go, and that's what it is. It's all those 1%ers that add up. And Chelsea, no, Garrett. Oh, it's unfortunately not her ball, pinned against her.
It's an offside instead.
No offside.
So great work from Matilda Garrett to come through, streaming deflection with gain, but unfortunately it doesn't count as there was an offside.
And Steph looking to get closer to the ring there. Blackman coming through.
They're really coming alive, this Thunderbirds defence. I think this is really exciting. We have, you know, arguably, you know, the 2 starting 7 defenders on the bench right now. So really good opportunity for Blackman and Garrett to get some valuable time together, especially with Casey in wing defence as well. Good testing grounds for this Adelaide team. And Austin, you know, just missing some of those connections. I really rate Lucy Austin as a player. I really love what she did in the game against Collingwood last season at the State Netball Centre here in Melbourne. But just missing a couple of those connections with the Thunderbirds players today. Cassidy goes high and up top to Cara Conan, who has rejoined the court as well.
And so, yeah, that's Matilda Garrett up against Conan here. 24 years of age. And then, yeah, as you said, Chelsea Blackman coming onto the scene, only 19, giving it up against Steph Wood at the moment.
And smart ball there from Cassidy. She knows what her shooter is capable of. That is the trust and connection you have with your players. So she was able to just pop it up there a little bit high. And, you know, Conan, we've spoken about her a lot today, what she's been capable of, but she's doing some really good takes and being able to bring the ball down well.
And that was a great option there by Sophie Casey as well, assisting with that centre pass. Ending up with that goal here. Austin popping another one in. And then really wanting to cover Laura Sherian. And Wood just getting it on the edge of the circle.
We're fast approaching that final 5-minute period. So, you know, we have seen the Lightning all weekend go for those 1-goal opportunities, not really trying to go for the super shot. So it'll be interesting. They have got the lead. They do have only one player on the bench, but they just have been really consistent. If you're a Lightning fan watching from home today, I think you should be impressed by what you're seeing from your team this preseason.
Super exciting, force to be reckoned with. And unfortunately, that was a held ball. Yep, they're bringing it back. Oh, and it was an almost by Williams, and Irvin goes down. She's okay. Bit of a smile. Retakes the ball.
Just calling time again for the mop. So, yeah, I guess when you're a player as tall as Ash Irvin, trying to go against a player Taylor Williams eyes for the ball, but, you know, the ability for Irvin, that vertical leap she has, you know, unfortunately just a little bit of a clash there.
Yeah, she sort of had the flying momentum and took it out. Irvin went down, but she's all good. To Cassidy. Cassidy looking for a smart option, and Blackman really giving it 110%, chasing after every ball, trying to scramble that one off Sherian just then on the outside of the circle. And we're going for the mop again just here. There's a spot at the top of the circle, down Lightning's end.
These are going to be such shiny courts by the end of today.
Huge team effort by everyone here, popping on our event, and we couldn't do it without our Sabcop mop team.
Absolutely. And again, just open, clean play, clinical play by the Lightning, really being smart, working it around. You can see that both defenders are on Conan in the ring, but
Sophie Casey really going for it just there.
And, you know, she gets the contact going her way as well. So great to see her come into this game against a player like Mahalia Cassidy and doing so well.
And that was an almost intercept there by Laura Sherian. Really fantastic at reading play. A bit of a fumble, but
Tipper Dwan with the follow-up, with the chase, and then the layup pass off to Austin. Great work from her to make sure that her team stays in possession.
4 minutes to go. Lightning out in front by 4 at the moment. It is a gap that I reckon the Thunderbirds are able to close.
100%. And now Tipper Dwan in this super shot territory. She tries to move around again, but this really, she could come alive here.
Oh, Irvin, follows up around her. Oh, almost over the line, Cassidy. Saves herself. It's a throw in by the Thunderbirds. William pushing. She wants a big throw over. Creating space. Austin in the super shot range.
Yeah, but really interesting.
Follows up with that quick rebound, though. Dawn, it's only a 1-pointer. Still adds to the scoreboard. They're behind by 3.
Yeah, so really interesting that both of them are sitting in the 2-point zone as well. So we're not having, when Austin was going for that shot there, Dawn was calling it from the top of the ring, really not setting up for the rebound. So they did end up getting the goal in the end. It was a single, goal, but very interesting to see. Are they setting up for one player to get the rebound? No, they're both setting up, demanding the ball to try and go for those 2 goal shots.
Oh, bit of a tough grab there by Nankerval, who was still behind, leading not on that direct angle, but gets it anyway. Dawn being kept out of the goal circle just there. Still in the hands of the Thunderbirds, chased up by Nankerval. And it is Hinchliffe in wing defence that gets that intercept.
Yeah, somebody call Bendigo police. Hinchliffe just came in with an absolute steal.
And Conan never in doubt on that goal.
No, I think that was a really strong opportunity there for the Thunderbirds to remain in this game. But, you know, great defensive pressure from Hinchliffe. I'm so impressed by what she's done. I honestly think it's been a massive turning point from her. Obviously, she came back from an ACL, but I think after being that Fast 5 series, she's got a lot of confidence on her. And it's really evident in what we've seen this weekend.
All right, there's going to be a throw-in here with Lightning. Thunderbirds just trailing by 5, 65-60. And there is the goal from Conan. Oh, and a bit of a tumble. Cassidy doing a bit of a spin on the floor. Nankerville full force coming out on the line. And
Great defensive pressure from the Lightning here. That work from Mahalia Cassidy to cut off the drive, to not let any space. Tara Hinchliffe doing a mountain load of work. Really great defensive awareness from the Lightning.
Cassidy just getting off Williams just there. Big hands over by Garrett. And the pass over. Conan was ready for it. Big split in the legs, long reaching arms. Such a good available option.
Yeah, and they're really playing smart and effective netball, and it's simple netball, and it's just beautiful to witness. And oh my goodness, Chelsea Blackman, how she kept on court, I'm not sure, but opportunity now for the Thunderbirds. Austin from the 2-goal area, and Katie Ann Dehaney just got a deflection to it. So great work from the Lightning. Everything still to play at both ends right now. And Cara Conan, she was home alone there for the moment. But she just, the time and space, she's just off the play a little bit and able to move so dynamically in that ring.
That was fantastic. Yelled out, got it in the end anyway. And it's moved forward to the line. Beautiful pass over to Dwan. Can she produce it? No, and it's bouncing off the wrong way. Thrown by Dehaney. To Cassidy, huge over. Still in that centre third there is what they needed. The tip by Sophie Casey in her debut just now for the Thunderbirds. And
that final goal counts. So it is 60-69. The Lightning won both their games. They will go out the overall winners, if so to speak, in this week. And what a great final quarter from them. They scored 18 in this last quarter, and just 13 to the Thunderbirds. They looked clinical. They only had one player on the bench for a lot of that final quarter. But if you're a Lightning fan at home, you'd be really thrilled with that performance.
Absolutely. They took focus, they put their heads down, and they got the job done. They reverted back to plays from training. And as you just said, there was clean, consistent netball and fantastic shooting.
Yes, must be said. Thunderbirds, though, I wouldn't argue they didn't have the strongest lineup on the court, but it was really great to see young gun Sophie Casey get her first appearance in the pink to this weekend, and also see Chelsea Blackman get a good run in the circle as well. So lots of things to be really impressed by with what we've seen from the Thunderbirds this weekend. I'm sure the Eleanor Cardwell, Lucy Austin, Georgie Horges, Tippett DeWarn, any of the shooting line is something to be really excited about, but especially when Eleanor Cardwell's on. We saw some great play from her this weekend. So really good game and a great way to cap off their weekend for both teams.
Absolutely. Some fierce competition will be coming up in the season of 2023 for our Suncorp Super Netball, that is for sure. And so up next at 1 p.m. we have the Melbourne Vixens and the Giants, so don't go away, and this could not be possible without the support for the Victorian Government, McCafe and the City of Greater Bendigo. We are at Red Energy Arena. It's a fantastic another day of netball just here. We'll see you very shortly for our next game.